Future trading involves risk and is not suitable for all investors. Content provided in this segment is meant for educational purposes and is not a solicitation to buy or sell commodities.
Welcome to Grain Gab, a show where we sit back and gab about what's on our minds with the grain markets, how it's affecting you, our producer, and just what to do about it. Look, these markets are ever moving, a bit crazy, and downright starting to get really emotional. That's why we're here to sit down, look at things holistically, and find a strategic yet grounded approach to handling the obstacles that the markets may give us. Hi, I'm Lori Nelson, your host, and with me is Kristin Stien. How are you today, Kristin?
I'm doing good, Lori. How about you?
I'm good. Today's a Monday, and well, let's just say it's a Monday.
You got a case of the Mondays?
Yeah, I wasn't expecting the market to be looking this way.
Yeah, what a bummer. Kind of need something strong in your cup today to deal with it, don't you?
Yeah, it's just water. It's just water today.
Real strong. You're a hard hitter. I mean, I've got salty water. So I'm feeling a little salty today about these markets.
All right. So this month, the market's been, well, just say a bit soggy. The Midwest is getting pretty good coverage of moisture, maybe some areas with too much moisture. The funds, they've added your short positions. They have not had a reason to be long since last August. The crop progress report was average when we look at that good to excellent category. The June WASDE gave the market little news. World stocks to use on corn is pretty steady. Soybeans are the second largest since 2018. What's this all mean going forward, Kristin?
I'd like to say good things by way of price, but I guess we'll find out. I mean, one of the biggest things that I'm looking at is the time of year that we're in right now. If we take a look at the seasonality charts, just take a look at corn, right? It is do or die time on corn right now. Right? Do it now, get it executed, because as we start to near that, I don't know, June 22nd, June 23rd timeframe, in the past 5, 10, and 15 years, that's been pretty well the end of the market. There's been some of those anomaly years that really throw us for a loop on corn, right? Maybe it pushes a week out or it's a week sooner or something along those lines. But by and large, like the average across those different years shows that by the time we get to this period, the market said, are we going to have a crop failure? If not, bye-bye. Right? Market's fallen back and all of a sudden we're into that seasonal downfall after that. And so what does this mean for us? I mean, when we take a look at world corn ending stocks to use ratio, you hit the nail on the head with the funds position, right? They are short. They haven't had a reason to not be short since how long ago was it?
Last August.
Okay? And when you take a look at ending stocks to use ratio worldwide, why would they be long? We had a lot of rain during planting season, but quite frankly, we needed it really bad. Yeah. We've solved that dryness issue. And now we're coming in, we're getting heat, we're getting those growing degree units. And by my buddy Eric Snodgrass, that I love watching every day, says, yeah, we're going to have this heat continue to stay, but we're also going to have stormy weather coming through. So moisture is going to be there, especially since we've already got that base moisture in the ground that's going to help produce that as well. When I'm talking to producers right now, it's like we've got to get something priced if we want to be aggressively sold going into this market. And we want to be aggressively sold because of what that overwhelming worldwide picture looks like. We're not in a shortage on corn. Wheat, yeah, you could paint that story. I mean, wheat got helped out. We've already talked on that. Go back to the last episode. But in general, we're sitting pretty good on corn. And so right now is the time, if you plan on being an aggressive forward marketer, now is the time to be doing it. Now is the time to be acting. Or as our marketing rule states, number 5, a marketing plan isn't really a plan without an execution, right? So now is the time to be executing. Same can be said, maybe with a little bit more variance on soybeans. When we look at that soybean chart, it kind of looks like my 2-year-old colored on a piece of paper, right? Because it's a roller coaster and it's a massive roller coaster. And have we seen a sell-off? 100%. And the reason why is what you already stated. Global ending stocks to use ratio on beans is daunting. I don't need to remind people where we were on bean prices back in 2018, but we're almost up to those levels And if we grow a crop, it's on beans, it's going to be there too. So what does that mean? It's certainly not double digits in price. And so as we're getting into those resistance levels on both corn and beans, it's time to be pulling the trigger. It's not time to be waiting around saying, maybe we'll get another shot. Nope, this is the time to actually be looking at it and saying, all right, I know I feel a little bit uncomfortable as to how my crop looks because the field's showing some compaction issues or anything along those lines. But as I've been reminding guys, the time to be selling is not when you're comfortable, it's when you're uncomfortable, because that's when the market is rallying, because they're also uncomfortable. If you wait until all of a sudden, oh yeah, I'm going to have a crop, everybody else knows that too, and it's too late. Now's the time to be pulling the trigger, or within the next week or two, right? Make sure you've got that plan of execution down pat.
And if you're at a target that's 50 cents ahead of the market, what do you think there?
You might want to be readjusting.
Yeah,
the funds are short. Could they pull out of their shorts? Yeah, but you have to give them a reason. And the next 2 to 3 weeks is the time frame that they need that reason. I shouldn't even say 3 weeks. The next week or two is the time frame that they need the reason to do so. Because after that, once we get into pollination period and we know what that forecast looks like, that's a whole different ballgame. If it looks clear, it's gone. While we are short a good amount of positions, there's still room to go shorter. And you plug that in on top of all the producers selling that has to go along with it. And the buyers that are super patient right now, they're not excited to buy $5 corn. They're not excited to buy $4.50 corn, right? They're waiting. And so there's not much to make this market push 50 cents above where the current market is right now.
right. And you always look at that 2 to 3 week window. Did we have that opportunity when we hit that 496?
100%. That's stout resistance. And it's going to continue to be, even if you do see a bump from where we're at today.
Right.
But again, it goes back to, you've got to be disciplined about this. You have to be. Right now we're flirting with a lot of break-even numbers right now. If all of a sudden we see the normal fall off that comes after the summer rally, what's your profitability going to look like if this is considered a good price during the summer? What's fall going to bring that way?
So have a plan in place. Execute.
Pull the trigger.
Make the sales.
Do it. Just get it done, right? Now is not the time to be farting around with it. It's truly a do or die time right now. Can the market go up later on? Yeah, but look at the probabilities of it. History has not shown that it likes to do that. So don't go against the odds when it comes to your profitability on your own farm.
And what if we have a plan for that too? If you've made your sales and we have a what if, we can help you through that.
You have a crop failure? Yeah, we're going to be pairing that together with your crop insurance. If the market takes off, if you're scared that there's more upside in this, but you need to be pulling the trigger on something, let's go in and buy a cheap call, right? But it's a heck of a lot better than just staying completely open on this. And if you're not convinced to pull the trigger because I can't show you a chart that convinces you to do so, then you better manage your risk with puts.
We talk about puts a lot.
I know. I hammer it. I'm sure I sound annoying that way, but it just is, right?
It is.
Like you get the chance to cover your downside risk. I have insurance on this house. Do I expect my house to light up in flames or another derecho to come? No, but I have it just in case. And the probability of that happening is a lot less than the probability of the corn market falling out of bed. Just look at the charts on it. So have your largest asset that you have protected to the downside and actually execute in selling it, because that's what you're here to do, is make a profit by selling your grain. So let's do it. Let's get after it. Okay. I digress. I'm backing off now.
Guys. What else you got, Kristin?
As normal, right? They hate to listen to me go on rants, and really they come to this show for the questions that you have to answer.
I was ready to go into the close and I was like,
Nope, can't go into the close until now, Lori. So 2 questions. They're actually kind of related today. What is the most overrated TV show? Because we know the most underrated TV show is Grain Gab. So what's the most overrated one?
Oh, you're asking somebody that doesn't watch a lot of TV. Overrated.
What show have you watched that you're just like, oh God, why do people watch this?
I'd have to say some of my husband's shows.
All right. So this one, I have an idea of what you're going to say, but we'll see what you come out with, because you always surprise me. What's a movie or TV show you're ashamed to admit you watch?
Oh, in the day, Desperate Housewives.
I
I'm
knew
kind
it.
of embarrassed. Did you pick it? Did you know that was the one?
Yep. For anybody that didn't know, Lori used to race home after Bible study to make sure she got in Desperate Housewives. So
Oh yeah, we had to get the kids to bed so we could
Yep.
watch that show.
That's all I have, Lori. Sell your grain and watch Desperate Housewives. The end.
Well, folks, thanks for joining us for another episode of Grain Gab. If you like what you see, please subscribe and hit the like button. It really helps our algorithms. Thanks to Paige and the Insights teams for making us look good.
Oh, one more thing. Speaking of making us look good, call out to Cole the Corn Star.
Yes.
His episode, I believe it came out Saturday night, really made us look good. We appreciate his support in working with them for sure. So if you want to watch the video and learn what he's all about, we'll have Paige and the Insights team link that episode on down below too.
Perfect. Until next time, keep your head up and your feet grounded. Cheers.
Cheers.